Today I'm going to show you guys how to get Pirate Legend fast using the 3 core trading companies in Sea of Thieves. The 3 companies I'm talking about are the Gold Hoarders, Merchant Alliance, and Order of Souls. If you enjoyed this guide, make sure to leave a like down below. If you guys did not know, to reach Pirate Legend, you have to reach level 50 in 3 separate trading companies. Also, if you're playing on PlayStation and wanting to get the Platinum Trophy, I recommend following this guide and doing the exact companies I do because you need them to get the trophy. I'm also going to put chapters on this video, so if you already have level 50 in one of the companies, you can just skip to the one that you don't have it in. So let's get started with the first trading company. Okay, so the first thing you guys are going to want to do, if you have access to the emissary flag, you're definitely going to want to raise that. Because it's going to give you, at level 5, it's going to give you a 2.5x boost in reputation and gold. If you guys don't have access to the emissary flag, that's okay, it's just going to be less efficient for you. So what you guys are going to want to do is come down to Tall Tales, Shores of Gold, and scroll down to Wild Rose, and start that Tall Tale, and dive to the location. Okay, so once you guys arrive at Sanctuary Outpost, you're going to come down to your map table, and we're going to be sailing over to Sailor's Bounty, but we're not actually going to go straight to the island. We're going to come up here by this C and D quadrant, and you're going to want to park your boat right above the bottom line and right next to the sideline. You're going to want to orient your boat so that you can shoot yourself out of the cannon onto the island. So if you guys do have a rowboat at your outpost or at an island that you happen to stop at, I highly recommend putting it on your boat because it's going to make transporting the skulls at the end of your stack a lot easier. So once you guys get your boat oriented correctly, you're going to come over to your quest table and start a bounty for skeleton captains. And if your boat is parked up in the right spot, you should be getting Sailor's Bounty for your location. And unlike the Gold Hoarders glitch that I have on my channel, it will be Sailor's Bounty every single time. You won't have to cycle it at all. If you guys want to run the same loadout that I do, I run the Harpoon Gun and the Cutlass because the Harpoon Gun is good for traveling around the island because you are going to have to travel from one end to the other a lot. Eventually, the skeleton captains will all spawn in one wave, and this is really important. You can only kill 2 out of the 3 captains or else this method will not work. So once you guys kill 2 out of the 3 skeleton captains, you're going to bring over your skull to either the shoreline or your rowboat if you have one. And if you guys see these Order of Bone skeletons on the island, I just want to tell you guys right now, do not dig them up. So unfortunately, that skeleton that I dug up on the island actually finished off the final boss, which actually finished the quest, and that is how the exploit got messed up, and that it's not giving me the correct island now because there's a cooldown. Once you finish a quest on an island, you have to finish the quest on a different island before it would give you this Sailor's Bounty again. So if you guys see those skeletons on the island, don't dig them up, but that's okay because I'm not actually doing this exploit right now. I'm just showing you guys. I've already hit level 50 on Order of Souls, so I don't need to do this anyways. I'll just tell you guys what you would do. You would come back, cancel the voyage after you killed 2 out of the 3, and go to your quest table, Voyage, Order of Souls, and then do the exact same skeleton captains. And for you guys, it will say to go back to Sailor's Bounty. All you have to do is bring the skulls after you kill 2 out of the 3 captains to the rowboat, put them in the rowboat, and then find your mermaid and end the quest and start a new one. If you guys don't have a rowboat, you can just put them on the shoreline, and after you're done doing the exploit completely, you can just bring your boat over there with the harpoon, individually harpoon everything onto your boat. So quick overview, this Dark Bounty Skull sells for about 1,000 with no emissary bonus, and this Corrupted Bounty Skull sells for about 2,000 with no emissary bonus. So keep in mind, if you guys were to withhold selling until Golden Glory Hour, that's 2x, and then you have a grade 5 because you've obviously been grinding this for some time. That'd be a 4.5x multiplier on 1k, so this one would be worth 4.5, and this one would be worth close to 9k. Overall, this method is really good for getting you at least up to level 30 in Order of Souls until you can do some better raid voyages like skeleton encampments. But you can't do those to start off with, so I recommend just grinding out this method until around level 30, level 40, until you get access to better raid voyages. Because at the end of the day, the raid voyages are going to be more efficient if you're efficient in doing them. But if you're just looking for a chill, relaxed grind, then this is the method for you. So if you were to have a level 5 Order of Souls or Reaper's Flag, this method would get you around 100k per hour, and that's if you don't sell during Golden Glory Hour. So if you were to sell during the 2x hour that they do every day, that would get you closer to 200k. But I'm sure you guys are more worried about the reputation than the gold, and in the 30 minutes of testing that I did before making this video, which was kind of inefficient, I didn't know the method as well. I gained 2 levels for 30 minutes, but you gotta keep in mind that I'm level 50 and it gets harder and harder to level. So if you're starting out at level 0 and you spend a couple of hours on this, you could easily get up to level 20 or more. And like I said, guys, you just got to get high enough level to unlock some of these better raid voyages and Skeleton Fort and Ashen Lords. Because at the end of the day, if you can become efficient in doing these raid voyages, it's going to make it a lot easier to level up than doing this exploit. So the first step to this method is raising the Gold Hoarders emissary flag. If you guys aren't level 15 yet, you're just going to have to grind some of the missions to get there, because this method isn't really as great without the emissary flag. So just come into any of the Gold Hoarder stations at any outpost and raise their flag right here. So once you guys get back to your ship from raising the emissary flag, you're going to want to come to Tall Tales, Shores of Gold, and Wild Rose Tall Tale, and you're going to want to start it and dive to the location. And this step is not necessary if you spawned at the Sanctuary Outpost, but if you do not spawn at Sanctuary Outpost, you're going to have to dive there because it's the closest outpost to where we're going to need to go. Once you guys get done diving to the outpost, as you guys can see, we're here. You're going to come down to the map, and we're just going to be going over to Reaper K. So once you guys get there, you should probably park up your boat on this side of the island. Is the best spot, so I'll see you guys when we get there. You guys are also going to want to cancel this tall tale. Now at the island, and you're just going to want to park your boat pretty close to the land so you can harpoon onto it so you can get on easy. And once you guys are in a spot you like, obviously drop the anchor, raise the sails, park. And for this method, you're going to be coming down to voyages, Gold Hoarders, Treasure Vault, and a Pirate's Treasure Vault. You guys are going to want to like the voyage, so you can just, as soon as you open the table, you can just scroll down and press X and you're there. So whenever you start the voyage, you're going to want to go to your items and equip the compass. And what you're looking for is the compass to start shaking. So it'll kind of move around for a second, and then it should lock onto a location. And you want it to do this, because whenever it does this, it means you're at the island. And then you want to just come onto the island and dig up the treasure. So once you guys are where the treasure is buried, the compass will start spinning, and you just dig it up one time. Don't worry about the bottle. And you guys are definitely gonna want to bring a sword for this. You're just gonna want to charge up, kill all the skeletons, and this right here is what you're gonna be using. This is the method. Every time you kill a skeleton, they have a 33% chance to drop it, so you should be getting one at least one every single time, because there's 3 skeletons there. Sometimes you'll get unlucky, and sometimes you will get lucky and get extra. But you're just going to want to grab it, put it on your boat, and come over here, cancel the voyage, go back on there, put the compass, and then you just keep doing that until you get one that is back on this island. So I did not get one on the island. Right there. And that's how quick you guys can just cycle through them. And there we go, just like that, we got another one on the island. Sometimes whenever you come on here, there'll be skeletons or phantoms that spawn. It's not all the time, but sometimes they're just on here. They're not very hard to deal with. And there we go, got the bottle again. And you don't want to kill them while they're in the ground, because that can make the item get stuck in there. So there we go, we got one again. So each of these things are going to be selling for like around 15 to 1900 every single time. And you need about 20 of them to get your inventory to level 5 before you can go sell, which isn't very hard to stack them up like that. It usually takes about 30 minutes to get 20 of those things to get your thing to level 5. And you guys obviously are not going to want to sell until you hit level 5 inventory, because that's when you're going to be making the most money. And right now it is actually Gold and Glory weekend, so I'll show you guys that real quick. Gold and Glory, and that is basically just 2x reputation, 2x gold. So this method's really good right now, because each of the little gold pieces at grade 5 inventory is going to get you like close to 8,000 for just one of them. And you guys can, like I said, you can easily rack up like 20 of them in 30 minutes. So once you guys are satisfied with the amount of treasure you have, I only have 2, but I'm just going to show you guys. You're going to want to come up here on the back of your boat, and you have 2 options to sell. You have back at Sanctuary right there, and you could also go over to Port Merrick over there. I recommend just doing whatever one doesn't have a ship nearby. That Port Merrick has a ship gathering a sunken ship, so I wouldn't go over there. I would go over to Sanctuary to sell. I only have 2 right here, and there we go. That's like 8,000-ish for that, and another almost 8,000 right there. And it might take a second for the emissary to upgrade, but I'll show you guys a clip from earlier from about 30 minutes of doing that method, and I went up about 5 levels in emissary. You're going to have to be level 15 or higher in the Merchant Alliance before you can do this method, so you're going to have to grind it up to that by yourself. So the first thing you guys want to do is come over and raise your Merchant Alliance emissary flag. It's going to make the reputation boost a lot better. If you didn't spawn at either Port Merrick or Sanctuary, you're going to want to come over to your quest table, go down to Tall Tales, Shores of Gold, and Wild Rose, and you're going to want to dive to that location. The reason you're going to want to dive to this outpost is because it's going to put you closer to the Lagoon of Whisperers, which is where you need to have your boat parked up for this glitch to work. So once you guys rise up from your dive, you're going to want to start heading southwest over to the Lagoon of Whisperers. Also, make sure to cancel this voyage. So once you guys get your boat on the edge of this border of C and D next to Lagoon of Whisperers, you're going to come over to your quest table, Voyages, Merchant, Lost Shipment, and then Executive Lost Shipment. You got to be level 15, I think, to vote this, so before you guys are able to do this, you're going to have to grind out 15 levels just without this method, which shouldn't be that hard because it's not hard to level up at the start. So you guys are going to vote that, go to location, and then check this. You're looking for the destination to be the finest trading post. If you guys aren't getting that one, you might be in the wrong spot, or you might just have gotten unlucky and you need to re-roll. But once you have finest trading post, you're going to find the first set of seagulls and sail over to them. Once you guys have made it over to the seagulls, you're going to jump in, and what you're looking for is the captain's quarters key. Sometimes you guys can also get merchant crates that you guys can harpoon onto your boat and sell. So this time we didn't get the key, so we're going to vote to cancel and vote up the same quest until we get the final destination at the finest trading post. So we got finest trading post again, and as you guys can see, all of the loot has respawned. I don't see the seagulls for some reason, but the loot is respawned, which is all that matters. And we're going to jump in here. I think we got the key this time because I'm seeing a lot of shiny stuff. So if you guys find these merchant barrels, make sure to open it and read the clue, because it's going to increase your inventory value. So we actually got unlucky again and did not get the key, but this time we got some merchant loot that I'm going to bring over so I can harpoon onto the boat. Anytime you guys see any merchant type of loot, you're going to want to put it on your boat because it's going to increase your inventory flag, so it's going to be faster to get grade 5 and sell. So just like before, come and cancel and vote up the same voyage. You guys can also like the voyage, so it's even easier to vote up. You guys can also come to the front of your ship and check out what has spawned with your spyglass, so you don't have to be swimming back and forth. And this time it doesn't look like you got any crates or a key, so we're just going to cancel the voyage and try again. So this time we did actually get the key. That took about 3 tries for the captain's key to spawn in for me. So these captain's keys are going to have a base value of 2,500 gold, which will be 2.5x if you have a grade 5 inventory, and another 2x on top of that if you sell during a gold and glory event, or the 2x gold like hour period they do every day. So you guys might want to keep that in mind. So I'm going to grind this method out for about 30 minutes to give you guys an idea of how quick you guys can stack up the loot. So one tip I can give you guys while you're swimming under and seeing what kind of loot there is, this key will have a blue glow and the tea crates and the sugar crates will have a white glow. So that's how you guys can know what kind of loot you're looking at before you're even there. So I ended up only doing it until I reached grade 5, which took about 15 to 20 minutes. This is how many tea and sugar crates I got. And I ended up getting a total of 5 captain's keys. So I'm going to go sell that and tell you guys how much I got in reputation and gold. And the quickest place for you guys to sell is going to be Port Merrick. So as you guys can see, for about 25 minutes of work, we went up 2.5 levels. But I am in the early levels, so if you're like higher up, it'll probably only be 1 level. But this is still really like easy method to do. I'm sure you could do a better one, but it'd have to be more active. You wouldn't be able to like sit there and grind it out as easy. We made just under 50,000 gold, so not great for gold, pretty good for rep. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you did make it this far, please consider subscribing and liking the video. Also, if you have any questions about the methods I used in this video, leave a comment down below and I'll try to help you.